Welcome to News 9. You are watching On Point with me. In today's edition, we have two On Points. BJP brands Kejriwal or Chunavi Hindu over Pujari and Granthi Scheme. AAP says try implementing the scheme in your home states. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh apologizes to the people of Manipur and hopes that normalcy will be restored in the state in 2025. But before that, let's take a quick look at the headlines. Gas leak in Jaipur after the plant's tankers' valves get damaged. Kerala CM Pinarayi Vijayan slams Maharashtra Minister Atishi for his mini Pakistan statement, says reflects Sangh Parivar's hate campaign against Kerala. Congress leader Sandeep Dikshit to file defamation case against Delhi CM Atishi and Sanjay Singh over BJP bribe allegation. Student protesters in Bangladesh demand abolition of 1972 constitution, termination of the post of president. Kerala nurse sentenced to death in Yemen for murder. MEA says extending all help possible. New Year to begin with heavy snowfall in J&K and Himachal. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau faces resignation call as party supports hits historic low of 16%. India's first glass bridge inaugurated in Kanyakumari connects Thiruvallavur statue to Vivekananda Rock. And New Zealand welcomes year with spectacular firework. Is Kejriwal a Chunavi Hindu? The political tag given by Bharatiya Janata Party to Arvind Kejriwal because of the Granthi and the Pujari Yojana has stirred a hornet's nest in Delhi. Bharatiya Janata Party released a poster of Arvind Kejriwal. AAP hit back with a poster challenging Bharatiya Janata Party to implement similar scheme in the 20 states it governs. Despite the attack, AAP went about the business unapologetically. Arvind Kejriwal formally launched the registration campaign for the Pujari Granthi scheme. Kejriwal personally registered the temple's Mahant under it. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi also launched the scheme from GURDWARA Sant Sujan Singh Maharaj in Karol Bagh and registered Granthi Sahib. Now the big question is Arvind Kejriwal a Chunavi Hindu, or he's improvising to the changed realities of Indian politics? But before we get into the debate, let's take a look at some of the Hindutva gestures Kejriwal has made. Kejriwal had demanded photos of Hindu deities on currency notes. That's what Kejriwal had done. After that, AAP claims it follows the principle of Ram Rajya again, which is part and parcel of their narrative. Kejriwal promised free pilgrimage to Ayodhya. Kejriwal visited Ram Mandir with his family after Pran Pratishtha. So Kejriwal has been making these noise, political positioning. But before we proceed further, let's listen into some of the bigger political reactions on today's story.
महाराजा रंजीत सिंह जी के समय के बाद पहली बार कोई ऐसी सरकार आई है जिसने ग्रंथियों के बारे में सोचा है। तो जब पुजारी और ग्रंथी जीवन के हर सुख दुख में हमारे साथ हैं, तो सरकार की भी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि उनकी भी देख रेख सरकार करे।
It's fundamentally wrong, of course. And it is fundamentally wrong because it stems from pure political self-interest. It is a purely self-serving lie and a blatant lie. And that is where the falsity and the fallacy of actually of this claim. It is not a promise. ये वादा नहीं है।
ये पैकेजिंग के एक्सपर्ट हैं। मोदी जी को और इनको आपस में प्रतियोगिता होती है कि पैकेजिंग कौन बेहतर कर सकता है।
Now let's take a look at the arguments for and against Arvind Kejriwal's politics. So the arguments in defense of AAP's politics are the BJP doesn't have monopoly of Hinduism. That's the first thing. AAP had already made a U-turn in 2019. 2020 results were actually around the soft Hindutva practiced by Aam Aadmi Party. Kejriwal himself is a devout Hindu. Kejriwal has moved AAP closer to cultural Hindutva as it is the mainstream of Indian politics. You cannot deny that. Court yet to take a position on the scheme. Now Kejriwal has been consistent. He has visited temples including Ram temple with his family. So the Kejriwal's positioning has been around this in last 5 years. But there are arguments against AAP's politics as well. The arguments are it's opportunism and appeasement because you started with an anti-corruption movement. And his stronger shade of Hinduism comes out only before elections. A lot of people say that he is blurring the line between state and religion. The purists say that AAP participating in competitive Hindutva and not ideologically opposing it. Something which Congress is trying to do so. Fifth, AAP lacks ideological framework. And quick change of goalposts by AAP, 2013 Gandhi, so subsequently it became Ambedkar and Bhagat Singh. So it's quickly changing the position. Now let me introduce my guest, Shikha Rai, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you, madam, for joining me. Dr. Nishan Anand, spokesperson Aam Aadmi Party. And I'm also joined by Shivam Bhagat, spokesperson Congress Party. So my first question is to Shikha Rai, because then I'll come to Mr. Anand at the last because the allegations have come. Madam, is it political strategy or political reinvention, or it's pure play appeasement? Because you have come out with a tagline called, he's the Chunavi Hindu.
Very true. It's a political strategy of political appeasement. If you could remember what Atishi was saying right now, she said, "Pehli baar ek sarkar आई है who's thinking about Granthis." क्या रिमेंबर करने की बात है that पहली बार वो सरकार जो जा रही है is remembering about the Granthis and the Pujaris. And we can very well remember those statements and lines and policies of the Aam Aadmi Party when Mr. Kejriwal used to say, "Oh, meri nani kehti thi," about the Ram Hindu temple when it was being constructed. And for the last 10 years, when these honorarium, as they said, it's not something they said we are giving some payroll to the pujaris, was being given to imams and all. Where were these Granthis and pujaris? Then Mr. Kejriwal said, "Whosoever cannot do anything becomes a pujari." We have all these statements before us. His stance on Hinduism, his stance on pujaris, temples, everything we have before us. And this all is everything before the people of Delhi also. So now when yesterday, he says that he is giving as if he is offering something out of his own pocket to pujaris, because there is no scheme, there is no notification, there is no approval, there is no budget, because a scheme is a scheme only if it is approved and notified by the government. Okay. If it is a manifesto statement, then it could have been a promise in the manifesto. And then, but what you're saying is right now we'll register them. Are you giving them? Are you right now you are in government? Are you actually giving them? So this is simply and totally a case of fraud that is being again done with this sect of people. Earlier they've done it with the women of Delhi by way of that Samman Yojana, as they said, which is the worst Apman Yojana of a woman,
Okay, fair enough. So that's your argument. My same question is to the Congress spokesperson. Is Mr. Kejriwal a Chunavi Hindu or political realist? I mean to say, there are a lot of Congress leaders who are also openly displaying their religious affinity. And the second question is, I don't think Hinduness is the sole dominion of BJP. Anyone can be, publicly displaying his Hinduness.
Good evening, Kartikeya ji. Good evening, everyone. Kartikeya ji, yes, BJP does not have a trademark on Hinduism, which is a fact. We are all Hindus and we are all devout Hindus. But what I want to ask the Aam Aadmi Party today is, and the BJP, that these poster wars that they are having, they are sticking all their posters on the walls and all the buildings and all the flyovers that the Congress had created. So they can go ahead with that, and the people of Delhi remember that. Now, coming to the 18,000 rupees, we want to first understand from the Aam Aadmi Party where this money is going to come from. Delhi, since 1993, for the first time, is going into a revenue deficit of 6,560 crores. Point number one, where is the money coming from? He can also announce 18 lakh rupees. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. But where will this money come from? He needs to tell us. He needs to tell the people of Delhi where this money is going to come from. Number two, how has he suddenly overnight remembered Hindu priests and Sikh priests? Were they not paid any extra money or any extra benefits in the last 10 years? At the same yardstick, he should be giving them extra benefits and extra money of the last 10 years. 18 lakh rupees should be given per pujari and per priest. Why has he suddenly woken up? Does he think that these people or the people of Delhi are fools? No, they are not. People of Delhi are very intelligent.
Okay.
Number three, why is he so against priests of other religions? Why have the imams not been paid in the last 17 months? Why is there no provision for Buddhists? Why is there no provision for Christians? Why this injustice against other religions?
Your point, Shivam. You have made 3 points. You have made 3 points. Dr. Nishant Ahmed, my question to you is: one, why is everyone getting irked by this scheme? And secondly, doesn't it bother you when you change your ideological goalposts quickly? People will think that this is like a political acrobatics, starting from 2013.
Hi, good evening to everybody. See, first of all, we need to understand the BJP lacks the will and skill. They have no alternative except be critical about it. In heart of heart, BJP and Congress knows the skill and capability of Arvind Kejriwal ji and Aam Aadmi Party, that how can this team can execute everybody for the welfare of society. Now, we need to understand, since Aam Aadmi Party has come into power in Delhi, whatever we promised, we have delivered in Delhi. Now, I'll give you a few examples that what Aam Aadmi Party has done. We committed that we will get good education and government schools will be as similar to private schools. We have done it. The answer is 734 students in 2024 cleared NEET exams. Now we come to health sector. We promised that we will have mohalla clinics. We have 533 precisely mohalla clinics in Delhi where people are getting the benefit and the treatment. Now, we have installed more than 3 lakh cameras in Delhi. We have constructed more than 38 flyovers in Delhi. We have increased the metro roadway 250 kilometers in Delhi. Now, wherein I want to ask BJP, what have they done in their 20 states? They do not have a single state wherein they have done anything for the education or health or for women's safety or any benefit for the women. Now, I will tell you what BJP has been doing in the other 11 states. I'll start with West Bengal. They have offered 8,000 rupees economically weak Brahmins. Now, if we come to another states, they have 11 states where they are giving the benefits only to one religion. Somewhere they are giving to Brahmins, somewhere they are giving it to Muslims. Arvind ji is giving the tax money back to the citizens of Delhi and all religions. See, Aam Aadmi Party is the only party who is giving the tax money back to the people. We are not giving rebate and benefits to people like Adani. We have not waived off 15,000 crore rupees from businessmen like Adani. Now we are giving the money back to the people. And see, when we stated that we will give mohalla clinic, or when we stated now that we will give to 2,100 to Mahila Saman Yojana, they said it is a gimmick. But we have done it in past and we will give it back to the people of Delhi.
Okay. Let me play out one more bite of Arvind Kejriwal. Something which he said in past. Let me play out that bite.
बजरंग बली की खूब कृपा है हमारे ऊपर, हमारी पार्टी के ऊपर, देशवासियों के ऊपर। उन्हीं की कृपा से आज अचानक मैं आप लोगों के बीच में, नहीं तो किसी को उम्मीद नहीं थी कि चुनाव के बीच में मैं जेल से बाहर आ जाऊंगा। आज मंगलवार है, हनुमान जी का दिन है। हनुमान जी ने आज अपनी दिल्ली पे कृपा बरसाई है। हनुमान जी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Madam, is it correct to say that what Aam Aadmi Party is trying with BJP is something which the Congress long time did, with BJP long time did with the Congress, because Congress did not appreciate people like Patel and other people. They have become subsequently 70s, 80s, they become icons for Bharatiya Janata Party. They are dabbling with their foot in cultural Hindutva. Is that the reason? Is that the reason why this whole thing has become contentious? इन्होंने हनुमान जी को पकड़ लिया.
You're asking me?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier I was listening to Aam Aadmi spokesperson. I think you put him a question and he never answered it. I rather started asking what BJP has done, BJP this and that. I think this time, it is they who have to give their report card. It is they who have to tell people as to what they have done during last 10 years and what they are doing right now when they're going
I gave 10
out
answers
of power.
of the work Aam Aadmi Party has done in the last 12 years in Delhi.
complete.
That's what I
Let me
started
complete.
with.
Nishant, you didn't answer my question. Shikha said you didn't answer my question. You actually answered everything you wanted to. So that's fair enough. It happens in all the debates, I can't take it to my heart every time I ask a question and I don't get an answer back. Shikha, continue.
Yes. Yeah, he was talking about Mohalla clinics. Isn't it a burden on the people of Delhi who are paying tax to the government? Where were Mohalla clinics during the COVID time, sir? Sir, let me complete. You answer back only then. You never answer.
Mr. Anand, let's Shikha
Are we
complete.
bothered about Adani in Delhi, or are we bothered about the potholes on Delhi roads? Are we bothered about the floods in Delhi? Are we bothered about the rising bills, electricity bills in Delhi, or are we bothered about the schools and Mohalla clinics in Delhi? You're talking about Adani and all. What about Delhi? You just tell me. Mohalla clinics, they are a total burden on the state exchequer. Where were they during the COVID times, and where are the doctors in those Mohalla clinics? They are shut there, locks are put there, only dogs and cats sleep inside. What are you talking about Mohalla clinics? Is there any doctor there? Does anyone get a medicine other than Zukam, Gala, Khansi and Bukhar? You tell me.
Yes.
You're talking about Mohalla clinics?
You have to come to Delhi and
why
visit to
did
the
you
Mohalla clinic.
strengthen the primary
You
care
have to
that
come
was
to
already
Delhi.
there in the
Okay,
state?
what
You
have
tell
your
me,
seven
not a
member of
single
parliaments
bed,
done in
not a
Delhi?
single doctor,
What
not a
have your
single
seven
nurse
member of
increased in the
parliaments have done
hospitals.
in Delhi?
This way we
Why
cannot
your
discuss. If you would keep on
Parvez
interrupting, I think I cannot put
distributing
forth my
you
point
continue.
of view.
You continue, Shikha.
Yeah.
Nishant,
I'm just
I'll come
asking.
to you. I'll come to you.
Again and again it is being talked about Mohalla clinics. What about the state government hospitals? Is there a single bed increased in state bed hospitals, single doctor, single nurse? You tell me. We have passed through COVID. In spite of that, we have seen, what the state of affairs is in the state hospitals, and he's talking about Mohalla clinics.
Okay.
Which is total of farce.
Okay. I have a question to you, madam. I have a question to you. Are you opposed to this Granthi and Pujari scheme? What is your position? Is it incorrect, constitutionally valid, or do you think that it's an inducement? What is BJP's position on this scheme?
Sir, if it would have been a scheme, if it would have been a notified government scheme, if it would have been given already to, why would we, the BJP was the party who throughout these years had been saying why Pujaris were abandoned of all these benefits. Why only to imams? It was BJP. It is not that. We cannot make out one religion for all these benefits and leave out all the rest. Why wasn't it given to? I said they were in power. Why didn't they give?
So you support the move, but are you saying you support the move, but the timing is suspect? Are you saying that, madam?
As you started with this, that it is a poll strategy. It is only a policy of appeasement. Now that they know that they've lost their base, in Delhi that they have lost their base in Hindus because they were doing a policy of appeasement for one sect of the society. That is why now they are all, reaching to again Hindu. He would do that puja also. He would go to Ram Mandir also, and he's come to say this so that he would give it to Pujaris only. He would come if Pujaris bring him to power. That is totally, we know what it is, poll blank. Even Pujaris understand, even people of Delhi understand. So we are just on this. Why wasn't it given already?
Okay, so you are saying that the timing is suspect. It's going as a freebie. You do not principally oppose the scheme. Now, Shivam, in this atmosphere, where is Congress party? It looks like a direct fight between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP. They have taken positions. They are actually in the front. So where does the Congress party stand there? Do you feel that again in this election, the Congress will be a bystander?
Kartiki ji, if we were not in the fight, then why was Aam Aadmi Party getting a shock and doing ridiculous press conferences 3 days back saying that we have joined hands with the BJP? If the Aam Aadmi Party wasn't getting a shock and a report from the ground that the Congress's resurgence has started, why would the Aam Aadmi Party be attacking the Congress till 4 days back? All our original vote bank, which went to the Aam Aadmi Party, is now coming back, and now coming back to the original question, to which we didn't get an answer at all from the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, is why are they so against priests of different or any other people from different faiths? Why have the Maulvis not been paid for 17 months? Why are they not giving any benefits to Buddhist monks? Because a lot of Dalit community is also Buddhist. Why are they not giving anything to Christians? They don't have an answer to that. So I would like the Aam Aadmi Party to give an answer. He talks about Mohalla clinics. There were 563 dispensaries during the Congress regime, which were turned into Mohalla clinics. And they were doing, actually, they had better services than these Mohalla clinics. Mohalla clinics, as the BJP spokesperson said, I would agree with that there are dogs sleeping there. No one is getting any ilaj there, by the way. We had 563 dispensaries. He says that the government schools, students are going here, there. I have figures, facts and figures. In 2013, 16,70,000 children were in government schools, were studying in Delhi government schools. Today, the number has gone up to only 17 lakh. So what have they done? Do they have an answer to that? In 10 years of your government,
Shivam, tell me, you guys are fighting against each other. Will there be a possibility that you will join hands outside Delhi?
Outside Delhi meaning?
In any other states? Yes.
No, I highly doubt that. We only came together in a central election because that was an election to sort of save the constitution.
So the alliance is a bygone thing.
Yes, the alliance was only for the central election.
Okay, I think
the constitution was getting
alliance is a bygone thing. Mr. Anand, I think both the spokespersons have raised this question. Why haven't the people from the Buddhist, Christian and the Jain community included in that? I think that merits an answer.
Okay, see, I'll start by answering the Congress spokesperson in very 2 lines that we wanted them to maintain dignity, the least for the India alliance, because they have no stands in Delhi and they have not got any. We can see from the Haryana and Maharashtra elections what they have done. Now I'll come back to the BJP spokesperson. She asked about how many beds we have done in Delhi. It's 8,991 new beds has been installed in Delhi hospitals. Now, sir, we need to understand, whenever we introduce, Aam Aadmi Party introduced a policy, a welfare scheme for the society of Delhi, they have come up with the same answer. They only have to criticize whatever welfare scheme Aam Aadmi Party wants to give back to Delhi. They do not have a single welfare scheme for the 20 states they have. They do not have anything for education, as I said before.
Mr. Anand, even the last 5 or 7 days, you have come out with 4 to 5 big Yojana schemes or big Yojanas, but your press conferences are not on the work you have done. Whether it's the Mahila Samman Yojana, Pujari Granthi Yojana, the big announcements have taken place. You are also not fighting elections on the backdrop of the work you have done in 10 years. You have come up with mega gigs, This is what you are going to get. Or this is what you are going to get.
I'll answer that. See, what the press conference is about the new welfare schemes we are giving, but the work we have done, we have formed government in Delhi 3 times for the work Aam Aadmi promised and delivered it. Otherwise, we would have not formed the government 3 times. Now, if I'm giving you numbers of mohalla clinics, of schools, of flyovers, of the security cameras, that is the work we have delivered it. And so in our manifesto, we have to mention what we are going to deliver in future. Now, I have a cabinet letter wherein on 12/12/2024, 1,000 rupees of Mahila Saman Yojana has been approved in the cabinet, and we have given 2,100 in our manifesto that we will give it once the election, we win the election. See, we need to understand, right now we are fighting with BJP, which has not been in Delhi for the last 27 years. And they have 7 members of parliament, but they do not have one single work they have done within Delhi. Their MP, their Pooh Sansad, Parvesh Verma, is distributing 1,100 rupees in a cash envelope and bribing the people of Delhi.
Okay.
So this shows how scared they are from Aam Aadmi Party. One last thing, I want to challenge the BJP spokesperson and the BJP party to challenge and to contest Delhi elections on merits and their credibility, because they have a government in 20 states. Do not misuse ED or CBI. Do not use cash, nor EVM and vote rigging. That's all.
It's
Okay.
इस चैलेंज में जो घमंड नजर आ रहा है ना, people will answer you
Na
for that.
15 lakh
One thing I
khate
just
hai.
want to
No,
answer.
Mr. Anand, you have to let Shikha speak. You know, I did not interrupt you. Let Shikha speak.
Yeah. If they were so very worried about the welfare of the people of Delhi, why didn't they introduce Ayushman Yojana? Even these pujaris would have benefited out of that scheme, to which they are now
Because we have
saying
a better
that
scheme.
we would give. Huh? What is it?
Shikha, please continue to speak. Mr. Anand, don't disturb her, please.
So I just, there is a scheme, you know, there is a guaranteed scheme under which all over India, many people have taken benefits out of it. Why didn't you introduce it? Why didn't you introduce Pradhan Mantri Punaravas Yojana? Why was all these schemes, which were actually meant for the welfare of the people, why were they not introduced in Delhi? Is that a welfare state wherein the state says, oh, this is a center scheme, we don't want to, because Narendra Modi ji would take a credit out of it? That is why it was not being introduced. That was people of Delhi were bereft from all these benefits that they would have got from this scheme.
Okay. Let me play out a bite of Manish Sisodia first on this very scheme. Let's play that out.
कि दिल्ली में सरकार बनने के बाद अगली सरकार में दिल्ली के पुजारियों को, दिल्ली के ग्रंथियों को, जो भक्त और भगवान के बीच में, परमात्मा और व्यक्ति के बीच में एक तरह से सेतु का काम करते हैं, उन्हें सम्मान राशि के रूप में 18,000 रुपये हर महीने दिया जाएगा। और आज सभी पुजारियों द्वारा ये प्रार्थना की गई, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि भगवान श्री राम की कृपा और भगवान हनुमान जी की कृपा हमारे ऊपर रहेगी।
Okay. Now let me straight away go to Shivam. You know, Shivam, the position of Aam Aadmi Party and Bharatiya Janata Party are pretty much illustrated. The matter, you know, will be the final call will be taken in the court. But in all this, does Congress feel that it's getting squeezed out?
How are we getting squeezed out, Karthikeji? We have done development. We have a proven track record
Okay,
of
let me
development.
reframe my question. Squeezed out in the narrative. If you look at the tweets, if you look at the social debates, it's AAP versus BJP. And I hope you understand what narrative setting is all about. It's all there on your mobile phone. And the centrality of Kejriwal in Delhi's politics. BJP continues to attack Kejriwal and they continue to defend Kejriwal, so the politics moves around Kejriwal. I think the most disturbing thing for the AAP would be when Kejriwal moves out of the center. They are pretty happy. It's like whether you like it or dislike it, center's politics moves around Prime Minister Modi. You can't ignore him. You can't be indifferent. That is why he's the pole person in Indian politics for the last 10 years. Will continue for another 5 years because the politics revolves around him. That's the fact of the matter, and that is the reason why cultural Hindutva is the central mainframe around which the discussion takes place. In Delhi, perhaps the only state where Kejriwal is the central person, and that is why this political fight is so up close and personal. My question to you is that the Congress ruled the state for 15 years, and then AAP has come. You're not at the center of the narrative, sir.
Karthikeji, we did a Nyaya Yatra for a month and a half. I mean, a lot of media channels might not have covered it, but we went down to the ground. Our INC Delhi president Devendra Yadav ji was on the ground for almost 40 days. And the feedback that we got, and very strong feedback that we got from the ground, is that the people are remembering, the people want real development. If you start taking a poll on the ground today and ask people if they want freebies or these promises or these empty promises, or they want tangible development that the Congress did, which was flyovers, which was schools, which was bijli, which was sadak, which was pani, people want tangible development. And that has only been done by the Congress in Delhi. Not only in the 15 years, it was massive because Delhi became a union territory. It's been happening since the 70s and the 80s. So people want tangible development. But coming back to the central issue of this debate is that the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, yet again, for the second time round, you went back to him and he had no answers as to why they are so against Buddhists, Jains, Muslims, and every other faith except the ones that
I'm falling short of time. If you ask me, the freebie is the bane of the Indian politics. I would like to thank Shikhar Rai, Dr. Nishant Ahmed and Shivam Bhagat. Thank you for joining me on this debate. But my issue is that the real problem of the Indian politics is the freebie, and every political party understands the power of it, whether it's Ladki Behna or Ladli Behna or Maiya Samman Yojana in Jharkhand. Freebie is the big problem. But coming back to my debate, my takeaway is that the BJP's response to Kejriwal's Hinduness affirms the fact that Delhi's politics continue to revolve around Kejriwal and not BJP right now. And I think that's the problem, because when it comes to centre's politics, the politics in India revolves around Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That is why Prime Minister Modi stands tall. So if this politics moves out of Kejriwal, then AAP has a problem. If it moves around Kejriwal, AAP is still in the game. That's my takeaway. So that's all on the On Point One. On the other side, we will discuss Biren Singh's apology to the people